Oh god, that Volk squad. Oh, hits the mine too. Oh yeah, definitely target the. Use the 152mm rounds to take that thing out. Come on, ML20, you can do it. You can do it. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 here, bringing you another CH2 replay. This is a 3v3 on Fields of Winnedonk. We got Radico, NPC, Ranger versus Munich, Xeon, and Simba. If you want me to replay, submit to greyshotproductions@gmail.com. You may be noticing something a little different about this replay. Not feeling that great. You can probably hear it in my voice. I'll still try to give you an entertaining replay, but in the meantime, the camera will focus on the someone else who's more capable on camera right now than myself, my cat, Tally. So, Tally, do the best you can, and I'm sure you'll succeed at being a good presenter on camera. Just keep doing what cat things do. Any case, moving on, we have 3 OKW versus 2 Soviet and an OKW. Hopefully, things turn out pretty well. But just a reminder, if you want to submit that replay, make sure it has AI not on or in the replay. Make sure that there's a title in the email, and make sure you have your name so I can highlight you. But in any case, let's check everyone's rank real quick. Top tier players. So overall, pretty even across the board. We have some battles going on. Over here, I believe, yes, so you have a bunch of wooden defenses, so usually if the opposing force can get up, they can use this to hold back the enemy force and kind of lock down this location. But it looks like the Germans managed to not only push up, but they're actually pushing against the Allies pretty strong. This guy is currently out of cover, I think, moving to one of these bushes, even though I don't think a bush could really take a bullet. It technically is better cover. I think it's just of the idea that it makes it harder to hit this. So essentially, there's an age-old thing that a lot of soldiers, police, stuff like that do, is where if you can't, it's better to have something with you, so that way you can maybe not to take the bullet, but make the other person unaware of where exactly you are. So if you have all this space where you could be, it could possibly mess it up in terms of trying to fire back. And unfortunately, you could technically hide in the bush, although maybe that's hard. Anyway. Kubo opening fire on the Pathfinders, which again, done by Recon Support, which has the direct strike ability. Radico went shock mortar, so we got some shock shoots plus IS-152 and a heavy airstrike. We got fortification by Simba. Meanwhile, on the far left, it looks like mass conscript horde is going on, so I fully expect we see some... Wow, actually, I was PPSHs, but now that's applicable in this situation. Anyway, massive conscript horde holding back the Volk squads and pushing them back pretty hard. Luckily, NPC is taking over this sector where his allies, unfortunately, are having further issue. Germans pretty much taken over mid and, again, are putting a lot of pressure, not capping that territory. Bit of a risky venture, but they are keeping the allies contained right now. Right now, the Volk squads do not, if we look why then, they don't have the Panzerfaust ability, which means they can't pin this armor, so they have to use bullets. Suffice to say, with Pathfinders, Engineers, Conscripts, and a Scout vehicle opening fire against you, that's really not going to happen. Is that a sniper? Oh, plus a sniper. Let's just add that icing on the cake. So yeah, the cherry on top might be just, another penal squad coming around. That would make a fully enticing dessert to just break through the Axis lines. Volk squads are gearing up for battle. We still have the Kubo over here. If they come in force, should be enough to maybe hold them back, but right now they're trying to get that territory. Resource-wise, they're doing very well. We've seen in previous games resource management taking pretty much priority and coming to a pretty good conclusion. Either that or we've seen people focus on the objective or something. So it's always curious to see what each team will focus on in this game. It seems like, again, good job on the Axis here, cutting off the resources to the allies so they're not getting all these resources like the munitions and the fuel. And as well as, even though they're trying to hold on to it, Rifleman comes up by Ranger, plus the Conscripts, not enough for them to hold them back. But Volk squads in the Sturms, a nice little blob right there, are still holding that point pretty effectively. Kubel still trying to hold and assist with this, and honestly, even with the scout car, I think it should be fine. There's more than enough men, plus the Panzerschreck. That scout car is going to have a rough time. Now, they did get the point back, and resource-wise, we can see here, allies are currently down about, what, 2.25 in fuel, and about, again, 2.25 in terms of munitions. This will definitely help them get it back, because they'll get all the resources, and actually, right now, they're a lot closer. But if the Axis keeps stressing that one weak point, it can be very, very good for, again, the Axis in terms of cutting off allied management in terms of resources. But the allies are countering that by placing some mines. Riflemen are counterattacking, even though they threw some incendiary against the allies. The allies are doing pretty well. We still have this force, but unfortunately they're being flanked by the amount of riflemen and conscripts along their left flank. So really any cover is going to be hit by the south and, I guess, by their west. So yeah, it's not going to go very well for them. Riflemen, though, pretty weak, pulling on back. But the Kubel force by Munich is also kind of pulling on back. They're realizing it's like, okay, we better not overextend ourselves. Though it seems that Zion is like, no, screw it, we're going to advance. Mass Panzerfaust, possibly. Nope, he doesn't have the munitions for it. He upgraded. If he didn't upgrade, he could have probably killed it with another Panzerfaust, but instead he's just going to use good old-fashioned bullets. Luckily, he's able to get his engineer out, so Radiko is going to try a couple burn attempts, but unfortunately, there's too many Volk squads there. Oh my god, I was going to say, that Volk squad is very lucky. Very lucky he didn't die. So I guess maybe I was trying to kill it, but alas, wasn't able to. Meanwhile, we have the sniper trying to pick him off, but unfortunately not much stopping him, so the Volk squad's like, cool, I'm just going to shoot you. Meanwhile, they're going to quickly salvage the scout car, get some resources from it. Conscript squad just going to use that dead tank pretty much in the map as cover. Squads just remove their only cover, so their main priority is just capture the point and then just fall back. Their medical base is pretty far, so I don't think they can just, well, hopefully they don't just walk. Hopefully the sniper and the conscripts and everyone harass them. If they do manage to just walk all the way back, that would be annoying in my book. Let's see, there's an MG over here. We do have some mines interestingly placed, although it might be a little too close for comfort. You can see one here and one here. But again, it's to stop them from getting too close to that unit. They're also blocking off the right path. I believe, is that a fence right there? No, I don't think. It might be a light fence. But anyway, the point of the matter is he's trying to put as much blockage between him and the allies so that way the MG can suppress them when they come around the corner. Unfortunately, this MG is, I'm assuming, gonna just be prepped and ready to go against this one. Yep. They probably didn't want to engage yet, but the sniper's like, cool, something is shooting, provide me recon, I'll move up. Now, and the engineer's moving on up, wow, he's just walking through it, and the flamethrower has a pretty long reach, so the mines are a little bit short of where they probably need to be. Probably right here would have been better. There we go, although, to be fair, I think that was a waste putting them so close, because they both detonated, where, honestly, one was needed. Rifleman pushing up along the MG-34. Again, all the MGs with the OKW have are the lighter MG-34 variants, so they're not as good. And we can kind of see that. There is a massive blob here, and again, we do have an AT gun, so good, they can at least counter a lot of armor. We have, good artillery from the IR Pathfinders right there, annihilating that MG. We also have Zion going grand offensive, and so far nothing yet from the last two remaining players. Volk squad blob kind of moving on in, but again, they're not really in cover, so I don't know how they expect to hold. Now, I know they want to hold, because they need this ability upgraded. As soon as they get this Panzer headquarters down, middle will be under their control, unless, again, the Allies just manage to move up their AT and mortars and such and just overwhelm that Panzer headquarters. Volk squad desperately trying to stop them from capturing the point, and looks like the conscripts, in a weakened state. They've lost, most of them have lost half their models, fall back. Volk squads, oh my god, all upgraded with SUG-44s. Very nice in terms of overall firepower against the enemy, slowly pushing them back. A gigantic blob would be perfect for a demo to blow them all up, but alas, they're advancing, and honestly, once again, we have a cutoff by Zion coming in and decapping once again this point. Again, a lot of people don't see this map as a great cutoff map, or at least every time I play this map, no one really focuses on it. Maybe it's just, again, me and my group don't really A, play on this map, or B, focus on it too much. But it is something very important, the fact there are so many cutoffs on this map that, like, encirclement or just resource cutoff is very important. Meanwhile, MG opening fire, suppressing the Volk squad, and forcing the others back. And while the allies are currently either pushing back the remaining Volk squads that just so happen to not retreat in time, or pretty much murdering the ones who decide to stay and fight. Oh my god, that's so close to dying. But they managed to recap the territory, but in the meantime, we do have Simba with some minesweepers going through and recapturing that munitions point, which again, they already have the allied one, and once again, I think he's placing mines a little too close to each other. Those mines are literally on top of each other, so yeah, that's just going to cause a massive explosion. It might be fine for armor, but not infantry. I think infantry, they'll still only get 2 models. Volk squad falling back, massive allied horde counterattacking. This could be very big if they can sweep around. We saw the Volk squads fall back, and it seems like the OKW are focusing predominantly on it. Like, Zion's not getting pounds of Fusiliers. Simba hasn't really gotten any true emplacements. He has gotten... Oh god, we have another... The MG's back in the building. Molotov cocktail goes out. Flamethrowers coming up, as we just saw by that flame attack. We also have an AT gun, which could bring out artillery. Yeah, the MG needs to fall back immediately. Does he have the retreat point active? Yes, he... no, sorry. No, he does not. He doesn't have it active. He is upgrading... He's getting a mechanized building. Luckily, the mine did kill 2 models. Good for him. Oh my god, that engineer is literally staring death in the face. He's right next to all those mines. It is absurd. Kubel, by the way, didn't even see up to Tibet 2. Very nice. And they're capturing this left side while the allies are once again storming the right. Incendiary grenade going right on the road, which is great because, again, I love how he retreated the unit with almost no damage. But anyway, it's going to stop them from advancing, and looks like that was enough to force them to retreat. Nice job with the sniper, up to 15 kills. Very, very good there. Again, a lot of damage. We can see it's definitely worth its cost, rather than someone who gets it and immediately dies. Oh man, only... those people who have the sniper immediately die shouldn't even play Co. Yeah, definitely shouldn't play Co. Says the person who literally lost, was it 2 snipers? The last time I played on stream, so yeah, awesome job. Anyway, they did manage to kill the snipers, so good job there. Kubel also manages to die, so I love it. Both units I highlighted get knocked out. We do have some Soviet mines scattered about, which is again good reason why I got the minesweepers. Oh my god, some nice grenades and artillery push back the blob. Again, great use of shock troops. Though, Radico, you currently have an incredibly small army, but at least you got yourself a free MG out of that, so there you go. Axis forces once again pushing forward, taking over the right-hand side, including the fuel. They have some conscripts guarding this VP point, but I don't think they'll be able to hold on to it for long. And mid, which was taken over by the Allies in a short stint, will be taken back. But it looks like the AT they brought up in mass was enough to kill the Panzer headquarters, which I did not see. But that's good. Again, that stops and delays the OKW from getting their armor, and it also is 120 more fuel and 200 manpower they will need to get it back. So honestly, it's worth it just to get it, to knock this thing out, because it delays the Axis by at least a good, probably in fuel resources like the ones they have right now, a good 4 minutes. So 5 minutes, well, okay, now it's gonna be like 6 minutes by 120. But in any case, if things are going well, 4. If things are going bad, 6 to 8. But that, again, that time difference can be the big difference between managing to hold, like, fighting some large Axis armor force, or just a very small, like, ragtag group of light vehicles. Again, it can be very important. Meanwhile, I go. Oh no. What do you mean you go? Ridico, what do you go? I go what? You didn't pick anything, so I'm a little bit scared. Incendiary grenade going out, but Pathfinders seem to be doing just fine with 10 kills. Major and Captain leading the charge as well. And also, good job getting the Major upgraded, because again, you get all sorts of abilities. Personally, again, if you choose to keep it back for a forward retreat point, there's no bad reason for that. But you do get a lot of good bonuses if you bring it up. Just take note that I would try to get vetted just for trying to get that additional recon pass, because the recon is really, really needed in later games with the amount of AA. But in any case, conscripts taking over the point, and again, laying down some mines. So, nice job on the Allies. At least they're trying to keep this northern point under their control. We do have a Panzer headquarters here, and it has been upgraded, so that should be a Bit annoying to kill, but it is guarding both points as well, so that's a good block on the, at least for the Axis to be like, oh, the allies, come on, push up with your light infantry and get annihilated. And they, to be fair, NBC is spamming just only conscripts, like he just has conscripts. But he's also now about to get armor, so again, that tactic is working for him. So good job NPC for doing that. Meanwhile, Axis once again trying to lock down mid, but they're trying to put down another, like, defensive, instead of the Panzer headquarters putting down a flak emplacement, and it should be up in time, hopefully. They just realized it too late. Flak emplacements are pretty sturdy now. I remember when they were literally a joke, an honest joke in the game. But nope, they're actually pretty good. Even though they're pretty good, we still have a AT gun and a mortar carriage, so yeah, that's gonna break it pretty quick. Plus, if you thought the Panzer headquarters wasn't, you know, if you thought the Panzer headquarters died pretty quickly, this thing is going to die even quicker because it doesn't have the armor the other one does. So yeah, I don't know what his plan is. Like, sure, he's advancing right now, but against the mortar carriage, like one good shot and the mortar carriage will insta-kill it. So then, again, he falls back, the AT guns move up, and the mortar carriage will be like, alright, I know where it is, I'll target it. That reveals to the AT guns fire a pop shot at both, and totally fine. Meanwhile, we still have the blob. Another sniper has been picked up by Rilfe. Again, still has a relatively light force compared to the other allies and continues to lose men, but is still kind of holding his side. Like, he's giving it his all. Shock Troop's kind of hiding in the brush. I'm not entirely sure why. Again, massive blob by... Who is this again? Yeah, Munich. And that's not technically a bad thing. Like, again, you can blob. That's fine. And there's no negativity in terms of blobbing. If it's working for you, it's great. Just note it's easier to kill with the mortar carriage by hitting like that small radius than something else. Luckily, we do have a cannon mortar. We have a support gun, actually 2 support guns, helping guard mid. So maybe they'll try to use that to counteract AT guns and other such forces that kind of move in, or the mortar carriage moves in, they can use it to knock out. Or the cannon mortar knock that out. Infantry on standby to push. Most likely, again, mortar carriage going to target that, try to break it. We do have the MG. Whoa, wait, oh wait, we have mines dropping. We have mines dropping on the MG. Now, we do also have Zion going with, wow, he's getting all 3 buildings. And to be fair, he's going to probably upgrade it. He will. So good job for him also waiting to build this until he knows he can get the upgrade real quick. So that way he's not in a precarious state. But with that upgrade that he's making, he's still going to be pretty far out from getting any armor. So very curious as to why he used it on all 3 and then went for that. Very curious. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Stuka has gotten 5 kills, but I mean, this infantry unit's gotten 14. So if the Stuka gets the lucky hit later against this conscript blob, fantastic. But I'm curious to see if it's going to be worth it. If the unit you got instead is worth it. Meanwhile, again, the Volk squad Obersudan blob is just annihilating a lot of these conscripts. Meanwhile, with the remaining Volk squads, conscripts trying their best to hold the line, but just being utterly shredded. They lost, I think, 2, maybe 3 squads in there. So, oh my God, that's pretty hard to take. That's really, really hard to take. But in any case, conscripts trying their best to take over this point. Sniper, once again, 13 kills. This guy's pretty damn good with a sniper and instantly sees the blob and is like, yeah, I'm out, peace. MG on standby, but that's such a massive blob. Oh, come on. Get a good arty hit. Get a good arty hit. Ah, damn it. You failed me, AT gun. You kind of failed me right there. But, again, even though you did fail me a little bit, it's fine. You did manage to push back 4 very highly vetted, very powerful German infantry units and allowing your allies to have a moment to breathe. Support guns opening fire on the mortar carriage. That's funny. We have a T-34's 76 variant on the field. We also have a heavy artillery piece, the M52 millimeter howitzer. Again, the 152 millimeter should be powerful enough to hurt like a Panther and stuff like that. Oh God, that Volk squad. Oh, hits the mine too. Oh yeah, definitely target the. Use the 152 millimeter rounds to take that thing out. Come on, ML20, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Look, you're not B4. Let's be 100% honest, but you can do it. Panther realizing I may have just stepped into something, is trying desperately to get out. Although I think he has it only targeting armor, so that way the AT guns maybe don't sight. Howitzer didn't fire. Wait, is it firing here? Is aiming? Oh, it's hitting the Panther headquarters. I would hit the Panther. Oh god, we have a lot of defensive units now in this location, along with the Obersoldaten and the Volk squads. Pathfinders and riflemen are trying to help hold the line. We have double mortar carriages trying to use artillery. We have a little bit of an arty war in our hands. Although it seems like the Allies have more, well, larger pieces of artillery than these just simple support guns. And the, although again, good job with the amount AT you have here. At least if an armor push comes in, you should be safe in that regard. But I give credit where credit's due. Axis continue to advance and continue to harass Allied lines. Unfortunately, this Volk squad might be going a little too deep. But if we look at overall, in terms of like amount of like population, oh my god. Well, okay, take that into effect. Axis are firmly into like the upper 50s, where the Allies are pretty much in the, again, probably the low 60s. They're slowly coming back. But you wouldn't know it because they don't have as many points, per se, as the Axis. But they're slowly coming back. I mean, like, right now there's a battle right here and in the north with the Axis trying to take that. But the T-34 is like, I'm sorry, what? Meanwhile, we have the sniper and also the conscripts trying to hold them back right now. Shock troops coming in, engineer. Sniper, get back. Okay, thank God. Don't die. Here at Vet 2. And that's the second sniper. Let's not. This MG has got, this is the third time this thing's been in a building, and it's like, I'm sorry, no, that's, you're not gonna stop my flamethrower from burning you out. You're just not. Unfortunately, the additional infantry managed to help stop it more so than mines, but fine. Unfortunately, the blob is back, but mortar carriages are going to try to put an end to that and get an amazing hit. So incredible, in fact, that I think they killed at least, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 models. So they killed at least 1 Volk squad in that. So that's pretty damn potent for them to push them back. Also, a second smaller blob has come in, again with Panzerschrecks trying to kill the caches that the Allies have placed. A lot of fuel caches. The Axis, as a reminder, cannot build any caches. Also, mass amount of conscript AT grenades managed to pin the Panther a little bit. But meanwhile, NPC is going the good old strategy of, we're just going to go conscripts and T-34's and maybe just have a howitzer to boot. And honestly, I salute thee. That's a very Soviet focus, and let's see if it manages to turn the tide. Radiko is slowly managing to get his army back together. Sniper again with 17 kills. 18? Can we go 18? Ah, so close. And Ranger going with a good old fighting force, though not with Shermans and Jacksons, but with just riflemen, a couple AT guns, and some, excuse me, sorry, mortar carriages, just lighting up the enemy, and actually doing a damn good job. They killed the mortar, the flak emplacement, they pushed back the support guns a bit, Verkadenwerfer got pushed back, so good job with these things. Again, very good job. I criticize them quite a bit. Also, zeroing artillery, so yeah, pull back, because the infantry are advancing, so they will get sight on that, so yeah, you definitely want to pull back. But I'll give full credit. If used correctly, these units can be incredibly potent to push back enemy forces. So good job there. Meanwhile, we have a mass T-34 force trying to stop the Obersoldaten Volk blob. Less powerful than before, but still very annoying from coming on in. Now, he's saving up, my assumption would be for a king. Wait, hold on. Is Zion, has he picked anything yet? No, he's saving up for a tiger as well. Nice mine placed, hurt some of the infantry. T-34 should be able to shred a lot of this infantry. They have no AT, so that's pretty much charging to death. So yeah, they're going to be pushed back. Conscripts coming down south to help. Oh, nice T-34 shots. Almost killed the squad. Meanwhile, Panther pushes on in against the howitzer, but most likely realizing that's a bad idea with 3 T-34s on your flank, pulls on back. Again, the howitzer's still hitting this base. I'm assuming T-34s are going in for the kill. And they should very quickly and easily kill it, even if the Panzer Quarters can do quite a bit of damage to a T-34. Again, just off the cuff, you can see how much damage it's done in the span of a few seconds. But yeah, nice job. They managed to kill the base. And now, they're moving up north. I'm assuming that they're trying to... Oh no, they're just pulling back. We have the mine drop being called down in the south. Looks like, once again, Allies and Axis battling for control over this munition point. But of all the different times we've seen before where the Axis managed to hold, this time the Allies, I mean, again, good job with the sniper, 22 kills. Looks like he was able to push it back. We also have an ISU 152 on the field and raring to go. But what is that? We have a Tiger. Not just any Tiger, an OKW Tiger with Panzer Commander, which could call in a large amount of heavy artillery. Unfortunately, oh wait, no, Sniper managed to live. Holy crap, I was worried. Conscript coming on in, throwing a T-grenade on the T-34, hoping to kill it. ISU 152 switching to armor piercing, trying to hit that Tiger. AT grenade kind of pings off it, doesn't really get for the engine destruction that it was so seeking. We do have a Pack 43 being made, so that could be a big issue for this ISU 152 if it continues to advance. We do have the Panzer headquarters there and for cannon morphers, so that should keep the ISU 152 back. Oh no, he backed up to get out of its range. Very smart. AT gun hopefully should help cover against the Tiger. We do have a strike coming in. It is an IL. Wait, what? I'm very confused. Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't. The Panzer Commander ability came in, which, by the way, good kill there. And the airstrike came in to kill the Stuka, which pretty much. Oh, that's a double whammy right there. Although the building is still secure, it's gonna very quickly die. But that was a good hit on both sides. Killed the Stuka, killed the base, and killed the T-34. Although you did manage to kill the AT gun, so and Tiger did get something out of it. Do we get a King Tiger yet? Is the question. No King Tiger. The Pack 43 delayed the King Tiger for a little bit of time. If any armor comes up this way, the Pack 43 should be able to hit it. Infantry right now is trying to push up to recapture this point. Again, could go for a cutoff. Mass amount of T-34's coming around the flank. We do have some mines scattered about once again. Weirdly placed, and actually he's somehow managing to go over. Oh no, he's going to hit it. Luckily the mines did hurt the T-34, managing to bring it down to two-thirds down to a third health. Meanwhile, a lot of the infantry is just being torn apart. T-34 is going to put an end to that as well. Oh my god. Panther's going to have its work cut out for him, along with that Pack 43, because there's a lot of armor coming. Missed the shot, but the Pack 43 didn't, pushing back the T-34's. Right now, resource-wise, the Allies are slowly getting it back. Again, unfortunately, it doesn't help that right now the Axis keep cutting them off, which, again, good job, Axis. Sorry for that. Allies, again, unfortunately, just raining hell with the mortar carriages in mid. We have a nice little artillery barrage coming in right there. Again, conscripts coming on in. We have a Stuka barrage coming in, along with a lot of troops healing in the back. Stuka not really hitting all that much. Danger close, but it wasn't really worth it. Stern Pioneer Squad definitely did bite it. And we have a bunker back here to help protect. Oh, they killed the Pack 43. That's what they used the artillery barrage on. Nice. So that allows the Jacksons, which I guess he saved up for. Very nice there, Ranger, to come on in and help knock out the Panther. But as we just heard, we do have a King Tiger on the field. So we'll see how effective that is. But again, 23 kills with 8 on this one. Pretty damn good. ISU 152 being pushed back. It looks like we have another zeroing in play. Actually, Simba and them went fortifications again. A big no-no. Don't double up, ladies and gentlemen. That is a big no-no. Because again, that limits your offensive. That limits the abilities you can call to fight the enemy. So right now, like example, they don't have recon for this for sight. So the Soviets should be pretty fine just moving around. Ranger doing pretty well. Again, has a good veteran force right here. So you can definitely see his unit preservation has been pretty damn good this game. Zion, unfortunately, along with Simba and Munich, have taken some casualties in terms of like losing Stukas, heavy armored pieces, infantry, but they're still fighting and they're still actually have a decent army, so they shouldn't be counted out yet. Their army size is probably mid-50s, while the Allies are in the, oh god, yeah, the Allies are easily like upper 70s, maybe low 80s. If anyway, not a lot. Oh wait, Panzerschreck force, unfortunately not enough to fight back 4 T-34s in this situation. Oh god, Stuka is like, yeah, peace. Meanwhile, they're trying to heal faster than they die. Unfortunately, T-34s don't play like that and are moving and pretty much moving in for the kill. King Tiger, though, being like, oh, this is going to be very easy for me. Let's just come on in and knock out some T-34s. Unfortunately for him, the T-34s like, yeah, peace, and just literally are leaving. They are weaker, and they are walking to other units, so maybe some of the AT and stuff can kill it, but they just don't have enough. Nice shot with some of the Verkehrwerfers, managed to kill one T-34. This one has a damaged engine, so yeah, that's a goner. They did manage to do some damage along with the Katyusha firing in the mix. So very good job right there, causing a lot of havoc in the Axis lines. Meanwhile, conscript 7-man squads, by the way, moving on in to counteract. Volk squads trying desperately to hold, but with the IC-152 providing support, yeah, that infantry is going to have a rough day. Meanwhile, shock troops kind of moving in, though I should probably move it to the point. Yeah, they're going to try to once again heal faster than they lose units, but that's probably not going to work. King Tiger's coming back around to try to help. Sniper is still there providing support with 27 kills. Mortar carriages on standby, just trying to get rid of the bunker on this midpoint. Good job with the ISU-152, gets a good shot on the Obersoldaten. King Tiger coming around. Oh, good Stuka hitting a lot of the infantry, forcing on many of them to retreat. Axis now have a small reprieve, but unfortunately the IC-152 is still there. So infantry, don't need to worry about it. Armor is still a problem, but the King Tiger's now moving in. I'm assuming, nope, he's pulling back. He's like, actually I have no infantry support, probably shouldn't push up. In the north, we have a massive conscript charge once again. NPC using a lot of his conscripts to fight the Volk squads, which, by the way, none of these have upgrades, even though Simba could. So they're not going to be as effective against, you know, Fed 3 conscripts. They're throwing Molotovs, and they're quickly pushed back. So very nice to see. Again, a lot of good veterancy right there. T-34 is getting a quick heal. Again, he has double engineers for massive repairs and all that. By the way, nice job with the artillery. 9 infantry kills and been doing a lot of damage over the course of this game. Again, he's not trying to get like these... He's not trying to do anything amazing, like get hit armor or stuff like that. He's just being like, I'm gonna slowly pepper the enemy and cause them havoc behind their lines. That's all I'm gonna do. We have another Pack 43 going down, though it's really far. Well, it's actually not far back. It's just the Allies are advancing so much, it seems like it's far back. Meanwhile, the King Tiger is having issues because its main gun is designed for versing armor, where everything else is fighting infantry. Zeroing is now coming down against all these Soviet forces. The Soviet commander, Radiko, realizes, like, yeah, I'm going to pull back. Artillery might knock out the AT gun. Nope, manages to pull out just in time. Oh, Stuka, though, comes in. But nope, totally fine. Again, no recon, so no additional artillery will come down. Meanwhile, again, Americans actually pushing in mid. Might have been a better spot to put it here. As, yeah, Volk squad's kind of rushing in against bar lines. Hate to break it to you, you're not going to win against that, unfortunately. You're just not going to win. Unfortunately, it looks like Simba was replaced. The King is badly wounded in the back. I don't see any additional armor on the field except for that Stuka. And artillery, the mine ability came down to remove the Pack 43, allowing the Allies to pretty much reduce any AT that the Axis could throw at them. Sure, they could always recruit it, but the mortar carriage was right there, which could put a hamper on it, just constantly firing, and they surrender. Honestly, their overall army was pretty much weakened at that point, and they just couldn't keep it up. While they did do some amazing cutoffs, I just feel like overall they just lost way too many units in just a short period of time. Like, example, the bombing strike and everything down here was just a good synchronized event that knocked out Stuka, the Panzer headquarters, and a Tiger. Again, and they didn't really have much infantry support or anything down here to, like, help assisting consistently. Again, they had some things there, but they were mostly retreating or gone. Again, you had the direct strike, excuse me, the direct strike by the Allies and stuff like that that helped knock out a lot, like the Pack 43, and again, a lot of other defensive positions they built. The mortar carriage was really good. Again, no matter what the defensive structure that the Germans placed, the Allies were always managed to counter it, which, again, very good to see in that regard. So the Allies did some great, the Axis did some great delaying tactics by going for the cutoffs of resources, but overall they didn't really focus on the VP points, as we can see, as much as maybe they should have, and as well, even though they did have some great cutoffs, they lost way too many forces and blobbed, in my opinion, a bit too much. And as you can see here, that great blob that once was now down to just a single Volk squad. So they really need to counteract a lot of the Allied artillery, which, again, you could say, oh, the Allies are artillery spamming. But no, it's actually not like heavy artillery like you imagine, like this. They only had one of those, and this guy didn't even have a Katyusha. And you could say, yes, he was spamming, but to be fair, he was going purely conscript, mostly, and T-34. And you know what? The Axis could have prevented that with a wide series of mines. And another example would be like weird mine placement. Like you grouped them so close together. While yes, they did a lot of damage to one T-34. Having them spread out would have literally stopped half or more of that T-34 army from flanking you. So it's stuff like that. There's just like, it's a good idea, but just a little better implementation of how you do it. And it could have really helped you out. But overall, again, still some solid defenses. You built your own artillery that managed to hold up and do pretty well for himself. So good job there. But otherwise, yeah, you definitely lost a lot of units, and you definitely couldn't hold. I also feel like double fortifications was definitely something you shouldn't have gone. Sure, you could say, well, Greyshot, you know, that. What about the Allies? Well, you can see here the Allies were completely different in what they chose to do in terms of commanders, and that definitely paid off. I can definitely say NPC as well was different in composition of his army compared to Radico and how he kind of focused it and how he used it. Radico was definitely more on the defensive, while NPC was definitely more on the offensive with his army. But, yeah, I mean, like, again, I feel like a lot of these guys also went the same thing, like, oh, we'll go Stuka, and then it's like, okay, let's go with the heavy tank. And I feel like mixing it up with maybe some more medium armor and kind of pressing that would have really helped out instead of saving up for the heavier stuff. But what do you think? Place it down in the comments down below. But hopefully my voice and everything else comes back in the future. But I hope you enjoy, and hope you enjoyed the cat. Again, she's a great presenter, and I'm glad she's able to really just highlight the best qualities of, you know, what you see with me. So again, thanks. Thank you, Tally, for helping me out over the course of this game. But in any case, from Greyshot17, also reminding you to submit your replays, your play of the weeks, your top moments, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, the cat's up.
Hello everyone, and before you go, I want to thank the October patrons, which include GTA, Jakub, Spartycus, Ace, Aldo, Lopez, Chris Bailey, Folkvard, jrchicklis, Ollie, Pyroshark, Rilfe, Streakingwookie, Joey G, 240, Josh, Milam, and Mustaach. Thank you all so very much for your amazing support. This has been Greyshot17 and his amazing patrons, and we'll see you next time.